The first Call of Duty Black Ops 6 beta has come to a close, but get ready because we're just hours away from the epic Black Ops 6 Beta Weekend 2. It's all set to kick off on Friday, September the 6th at 11 AM Eastern and will run until September 9th. The best part? This beta is open to everyone and available for download on all platforms, so get your guns ready because it's game time. For the second weekend of open beta, Treyarch is adding a couple of new maps, Babylon and Stakeout. They're adding extra game modes, gunfight and face-off kill order, and according to Treyarch, along with the new content, updates and fixes will raise the level cap to 30. There'll be changes to weapon balance, spawn tuning, increased weapon XP earn rate, audio improvements, bug fixes and more. Let's examine the positive and negative aspects of Black Ops 6 so far. First, let's address the negatives. Is Black Ops 6 bad? I had some issues during the first weekend of playing Black Ops 6 that I hope Treyarch will address. Skill-based matchmaking was present in the beta and it felt like every game I played was at a really high level. I felt like I was competing against gamers who'd been playing Black Ops 6 for years, or even against pro players from the Call of Duty League. The reaction times were insane and I had to take a break every few games. It was pretty exhausting and it seems like many other players felt the same way based on comments I've seen online. I don't understand why we can't go back to the old system where you could find a good lobby with players of similar skill levels and play several games in that lobby. If new players joined and you found yourself outclassed, you could choose to stay in that lobby and keep playing or leave and find a different one. In several games of Black Ops 6, I encountered many players who just stood around reverse boosting, probably in hopes of finding an easier lobby, I suppose, but at the same time ruining the game for everybody else on their team. I just don't buy this idea of skill-based matchmaking to help people who are new to the game or more casual players. We were all rookies once and we didn't need skill-based matchmaking to be our saviour. It appears that with each new Call of Duty game, unfortunately, the experience becomes more overwhelming. It's evident that the majority of the community doesn't want skill-based matchmaking in the game, and in my opinion, it encourages cheating and above all, diminishes the overall player base. During the beta, many people experienced problems with bugs, lag and crashes. There were issues such as frozen loading screens or the game freezing up right in the middle of a gunfight. It was really frustrating. You'd be engaging an enemy and then suddenly freezing the game for about 2 to 4 seconds, only to find yourself watching the kill cam of an enemy taking you out while you were totally oblivious to everything. There were a few minor bugs such as the animations of your weapon quivering immediately after a kill, or the odd static piece of an object hanging in the air, and a few other cosmetic issues. However, none of these caused too many problems. Sometimes spawns were an issue as you'd spawn to the side or directly in front of an enemy. Additionally, weapons were extremely slow to level up. They took forever. Treyarch is addressing these issues by implementing updates and fixes to increase the weapon XP rate, working on weapon balance and fixing problematic spawns for Weekend 2 based on the feedback they received from the community. Let's now focus on the positive aspects of Black Ops 6. When I started the game, I immediately noticed how user-friendly the user interface was. I liked how simple it was to navigate, and having a training course option for the new Omni Movement system was a definite plus. It allowed me to get a feel for different maneuvers before diving into the game. In the Settings tab, there are additional options to customize movement and graphics. There's also a feature to appear online or offline, and although it's greyed out and not accessible, it looks like Theatre Mode will be back for the full game launching on October 25th. The main feature of Black Ops 6 is the new movement system, which we've already mentioned, but the options are endless with Omni Movement, including the ability for players to maintain 360-degree aiming control as they sprint or dive in any direction. I witnessed players diving from high points and pulling off 180-degree turns in the air before taking out an unsuspecting enemy on the ground, and that was fun to watch. I didn't do it myself, but I did see people do it. The ability to sprint or run in all directions gives players a better and more realistic experience. With the right settings, the new movement is as fast-paced as you want it, smooth and fluid, and adds a new dimension to the game. I also made a video about the best settings for Black Ops 6, which you can access at the end of this video. I'll also leave a link to the video in the description box below if you want to optimize your settings too. In Call of Duty Black Ops 6, I noticed some positive changes. The hit detection was spot on, especially when compared to previous titles. The time to kill aspect was also great overall, despite some scenarios where it didn't seem that way. I have no doubt that hit detection and time to kill have been greatly improved. The new multiplayer modes and features were really enjoyable. A new mode called Kill Order. It's a mix of team deathmatch and objective modes, where each team has a randomly chosen high value target, aka the HVT. Now the team's mission is to protect their own HVT while trying to kill the enemy HVT. More interactive features appear in Black Ops 6, such as shooting doors which will open them, an interactive security system on the skyline map, and the body shields is another nice touch where players can grab an enemy and use them as extra protection. So basically using them as human shields. Best play returns, and regardless of whether you played on the winning or losing team, the best play will be shown at the end of every game. I enjoyed all 6 maps introduced during Weekend 1, Derelict, Skyline, Scud and Rewind, and there was a couple of smaller face-off maps, Pit and Gala. And I'm looking forward to the new maps, Babylon and Stakeout, along with the new game modes. After considering everything, I genuinely believe that Call of Duty Black Ops 6 has tremendous potential. Treyarch Studios has developed an innovative game with the new Omni Movement system, and it's really something special. I think it's a refreshing change, especially after not having seen any new or dynamic ways of moving around since Black Ops 3. If you want to see how the game performs for yourself, don't forget, Weekend 2 will feature an open beta that is free to everyone and anyone on every platform, so be sure to install it. Hopefully it will be another fun-packed weekend for the second beta of Call of Duty Black Ops 6. That's all from LondonGirlTV. Over and out, and I'll see you on the other side. Take care.